Hello YouTube and gaming peeps, it's Neil from the Game Revolution, coming to you with the top 10 news of the week. Yes, this is the top 10 news of the week, and I hope you enjoy it. One little change to the format that I've done, I want you to comment below if you've got a nugget of news during the week or you want to share with me. Comment below or just message me. It's the GAMEREVOLUTION@mail.com. Just message me and tell me you've heard this bit of news, and I'll feature it in the news of the week, and I'll also put credit to you. So it's kind of a news shout out. Number 10. And at number 10, it's to do with Destiny this time. Again, a lot has been said about Destiny in the last couple of weeks, but this is that they've done an update which I received the other day, and it weakens the auto rifles, which is kind of crappy really, to be honest with you, although they were quite powerful, but they've obviously thought they were too powerful and weakened them slightly. And also, more importantly, they've closed the loot caves. Yeah, they've been closed until someone finds another one, of course. We had loot cave 1, 2.0. I'm sure there'll be 33 in the third. Yeah, they've closed them, but it's whether someone can find another one, because there's loads of content on the disc. Big news really for Destiny. It had a rocky launch. It's a bit of a rocky game for a lot of people, but it seems to be doing things right, and it can only be promising for the future, of course. So that's your number 10. And at number 9, and this is that of course in the next week or so Wwe 2K15 comes out, and the soundtrack, if you don't like it, you can blame John CENA, because he's collaborated on 2 of the tracks and picked a lot of music from the game, put it in there. I looked down the track list and I can see why he has. I can't see not that much music, not that many people really take sort of note to the music, but we like to see the entrances and put our own on anyway. I always do for my creative wrestlers. So it's him to blame. However, the funny thing is, Jericho's Fozzy is not there, which is a funny thing, because I would have thought they'd use that, and they've never used Jericho's Fozzy, which is kind of strange. But hey-ho. And at number 8, and this is that Rainbow Six Siege, which looks absolutely tremendous, and it kind of the double news this is really. The first thing is, you only have 1 life. There is no respawning, so that'll be really good to make it tactical. It's one for campers really, but you can't do that because you've got to get in and get the tasks done, so you've got to kind of be very tactical about it. And the other bit of news is it runs at 60 frames per second across the whole board. So PC, Xbox One, PS4, across the lot, it will be 60 frames per second. That's great, especially with the sort of controversy that Assassin's Creed Unity caused in last week's news. That's only good news. So that's your number 8. And at number 7, and this is the flogging a dead horse here for some reason. Gran Turismo 7 will be out some point in 2015/2016. Quite a wide margin there. Why are they continuing with this series? Forza blasts out the water anyway. They launch it and everybody's like, bit too late, too much. Unless they make it the best driving game ever, people don't care. It's a dead franchise. Sony, destroy it. Put it to rest. Nobody cares. It's too complicated. Your cars don't look very good. It drives shit. It's just pointless carrying on with the series. If you're going to do anything and you wanted that is meant to be one of your main franchises, you should launch a console with it and make it a forefront game. Not go, oh, the console's been out, PS4's been out now, oh, it could come out at the end of 2 years, like 2.5, 3 years old game. What's the point? Then it's not a big franchise for you, is it? Just cut it. We don't care anymore. Get rid of Gran Turismo. Try something fresh. And at number 6, and this is Far Cry 4 runs at 60 frames per second and will take you at least 35 hours to complete. That's good news. I've seen it being played and it does look tremendous. People are a bit with the weaponry, but there's a lot more, I think, in there. And the uniqueness, you know, with the weapons of, you know, being able to use, you know, animals and creatures to your advantage. It's really good. And I think it's going to be good. If they're using the 60 frames per second, perfect. And 35 hours is a very respectable time. To have for a game, it's not going to be in your pocket, you know, and down the game shop before it's, you know, the wrapper's barely gone in the bin. It's going to be a keeper, and I think with the co-op, and maybe you might get multiplayer, I don't know. It's going to be a keeper. Well done, guys. And at number 5, we're into the top 5. Yes. This is another Wwe 2K15 news, because very close to my heart. And this is the downloadable content was announced. Oh yeah, downloadable content. They got the accelerator in there, downloadable packs. There's a whole bunch of moves, a whole spectrum of new people. WCW classic wrestlers. Hell yeah, Lex Luger. Amongst others, absolute brilliant. I love it when they've announced it early, because before we had to wait to find out what a downloadable pack was, and now they've announced it. Okay, that's only the first WCW classics. We might get ECW classics or some legends. We don't know, but that's it's only good, and obviously running with it. And the game looks absolutely freaking tremendous. So well done, 2K. Excellent work announcing it early. Perfect. And at number 4, this is a totally off the wall piece of news. The Battlefield Hardline was actually inspired by the likes of Heat and Die Hard films and Batman. Strange mix of films, I ask? Yes, there are strange mix of films. I can see bits of it in the trailers for Hardline. You know, Die Hard, you know, he's up in the building, you know, the glass building, you know, he's trying to get down the building. I can see them sort of trying to get out the building, so it's kind of like that. Heat, you know, cops versus robbers, it's very similar to Heat. Can't really see where the Batman element comes in, unless you can become some sort of super cop, where you go in to take the criminals out. Maybe, don't know. But it's a weird piece of news, and I thought it's worthy of quite a high spot. This is a weird news, and that's your number 4. And at number 3, Google have announced their NEXAS console with like a terabyte of data and a gigabyte of RAM and blah 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 blah. Yes, it's an announced console, but let's face it, it's probably gonna suck. PlayStation TV console sucks. Anything that you plug into the TV, you know, interact with, it's gonna suck. It's not an Xbox. It's not a PlayStation 4. It's not a Wii. It's what's the point? Nobody's gonna buy them. You cannot take people away from your major consoles. You just can't. There's just no point in even trying. And they just want to get in on the console act like they've got too big now. We can make our own console. We know how to do it. No, you don't. You don't. Don't bother, because you're not going to have big hits like that. They're just going to be crappy iPad or Android games. Who gives a crap? I want to play that, I'll play on the iPad. Forget it. It's pointless. 100 quid. I can use that money on more games for my console. So, it's not worth it. But for those who are interested, it gets launched very soon. Check it out. You might like it. And at number 2, yes, coming up to the final 2, and this is a game trailer came out this week, and you'll see me talk about it. I'm going to comment and show you the trailer, and it could well be the most brutal trailer ever. It's caused so much controversy, it's unbelievable. It's called Hatred. Basically, it's a guy. There don't seem to be that much story. He's just hell bent on genocide, killing, just for the sake of it. He's got no story. At the start he says, it doesn't matter what my name is, just what I'm going to do. So it's really gory, and it's been pulled, and it had a Unreal 4 engine logo in it. They want that pulled off. They want the trailer banned. It's called Hellfire and Fury. I personally think it looks quite good. It'd be better if you went a sort of a 3D, 2D type, you know, sort of view. If it was like I could understand if it was like a Call of Duty or something, from that type of view, or like an Evil Within type of thing. It would be pretty brutal. And I could understand people's perception of it. But check out the trailer. Check out my channel. You'll see the trailer on there, my actual opinions on it. But it had to be number 2 for something that brutal. And at number 1, this is your number 1, and this is not so much as news as a bit of a kind of a mini rant, and something very sad really. How to put this really? We need to stop the hate. The hate, the bullying, the cyberbullying, gamers on gamers, people against gamers. We really need to stop it. This is stuff for a tiny classroom 30 years ago. It's not for the internet. People are getting harassed, they're getting death threats. Some of the biggest YouTubers like Boogie Tonight, love that guy. He's superb. I love his Francis character, it's great. Even PewDiePie turned off his comments. I have no idea why PewDiePie got so big, I really don't. I watch his channel, yeah, well. But they're getting, you know, death threats, threats against their family, to the point where people are afraid to go to work and step out on the street for fear of being shot or killed or beaten up or anything like that. That's not the way to go. Come on guys, this is ridiculous. We're all here, we're gamers. Life is important, but we love our games. It's a hobby. Some of us, it's a job. I love speaking to all you. I love you all. I love speaking on camera and showing my gameplay footage and everything like that. I just love games. It's fantastic. It's a hobby I've had since I've been 8 years old. I'm 37 now. I'll never stop playing games, and it just saddens me that this is going on. you know, to the point it's affecting gamers, it's affecting projects that could be coming out, people are closing companies because of it. It's just very, very sad turn of events, and it had to be my number one news because although it's not a news, it's more of a shout out to gamers. Just love each other, share your channels, enjoy your content, enjoy your games the way they're meant to be. Stop all the hate against each other. What is the point? This is not a little schoolyard. This is real life and should be treated as such. Well, that's my news of the week on a very placid note. But comment below, and as I said, you can email me at the GAMEREVOLUTION@mail.com. If you've heard any news in the week, email me. I'll judge it. If it's good, it'll go in there. You'll get the credit for it, and I'll probably credit your channel if you've got a channel. It'll be like a mini shout out. And I love you all, gamers. Peace out. That's the news of the week.